What's up, Flobo? Episode 100 and whatever. Thank you for tuning in this Friday, December 4th, which I think is Jay-Z's birthday, man. I think he was born December 4th, 1968. That would make him 40 a lot. Okay, that's math. No idea. This episode and all the other episodes of What's Up Flobo are available right here on YouTube and is brought to you by StreamYard. I use StreamYard to stream 99% of my shows, except for ironically this one, but that's all right. Make sure you hit up StreamYard.com and see how you can broadcast your shows live to the world. Use a promo code in the description below for some store credit, to try some of the premium features, because frankly, once you try premium, you will never go back. You know, I was perusing the Facebooks today, and I had a memory pop up. But I think it's very coincidental, and I'll explain that in a minute. It turns out that 9 years ago this weekend, I ran my first half marathon. It was the Rock and Roll Las Vegas Marathon, which I thought was pretty interesting because a week ago, if you followed me on Instagram, at Flobito on Instagram, there was a picture I posted about me hanging out, chilling in front of my medals, just having a grand old time, talking about overeating. What's up, Charlene? Hey! So since it's in honor of that, I want to tell you the story of the first time I ran a half marathon. You see, a long time ago, back in 2009. And don't forget this, those of you who know me personally and closely know, on February 26, 2009, I made a conscious effort to go to the gym to start losing the weight, because at that time I was about 368 pounds. My max was 375, but at that time I was 368, and I wanted to make a change. And I thought that the best way to do that was to start running. Charlene's asking, did I miss the Everything tournament yesterday? The answer is no. It looks like Evan was on a 2-week hiatus from Thanksgiving. It's all your fault. No, I'm just kidding. I didn't really know about that either, but I saw the Instagram post, and so there was no Everything tournament. That's why we're live, baby. Answers questions in real time. So I started to work out a bit. Money got tight, so I started to run because running was free. And I heard about the Rock and Roll series of half marathons, much like all the companies out there that do these things. They'll give you a medal if you pay them and you complete the race. So I thought, hey, man, how cool would that be for me to run a race and get medals, to get prizes for doing things I couldn't do when I was in gym class? And so I signed up. It was going to be December in one of my favorite cities in the world. Charlene, you don't have to apologize. You didn't interrupt me. I was answering the question. I'm just saying. It's all good. I'm actually glad you're here. So you get to hear me wax on and on about me running. It was going to be in Vegas, man. December, cold as hell. My first ever half marathon. I think I ran it at 275 pounds, which if I knew now, what I knew back then, I probably wouldn't have done it at all. And I went out and I had some sponsors, tried to see if they can, sponsor my first ever Vegas race. And I promised the highest bidder will wear their logos, and I did. And I ran it. It was 40 degrees at the start of the race, and by the end of it, it was about 23 degrees. Now, that was actually the least eventful part of the weekend. I ran a half marathon. All right, they gave me a medal. It glows in the dark. It's great. But the story afterwards is what I will never forget. Now, I don't know why. Some people say it was a cold. Some people say it was the changing of temperatures, going from 25 degrees outside to 72 degrees inside. But that night, I walked back into the casino floor and I passed out. Bam! Hit the metal tile, hit the stone tiles in the ground, had to be revived. And I was like, no, I'm fine. Because you've heard horror stories about going to the hospital in Vegas. And so I walked from the Mandalay Bay, which is where the race ended at the time before they changed it, all the way back to my room at the then Monte Carlo. So it's where the Park MGM is now. Hungry because I just ran 13 miles and I didn't want to stand on line because, one, if you passed up before, and it's the first time you have done that as an adult, you get kind of scared. You're like, oh man, I can't just be standing around places. The only place that was open was the McDonald's. Got some burgers, went back to my room. I will check that out. Charlene says, listen to Bert Kreischer's Tales Marathon Story with Jim Florentine. Yeah, it's the marathon's funny, man. It really is. But I had these burgers after running the marathon, ate them. I got food poisoning. And so the next day, thankfully, I had booked an extra day to recover from the race. Like muscularly, I was recovered, but I was like totally sick as a dog in bed in Vegas the next day. And the point I'm trying to say is that Facebook memory that came up this week opened up so many memories of not so much doing the race, but rather being like, I can't believe I did this race and decided to do more races after that. That should have been the end of my career, getting passing out and getting food poisoning in Vegas. But I hold that medal to a high regard because it kind of opened me up. So between the years of 2011 and 2015, I ran 5 half marathons, about a dozen 10Ks, and countless 5Ks. And the gimmick was I will only do it if they were giving me medals. And that's what I want to share with you today because Facebook totally reminded me about that today too. That does it for me on this episode. I will check that out. Charlene, Burt Kreischer's podcast story, marathon story with Jim Florentine. If you guys haven't already, it's Christmas time. Support the homie by buying a t-shirt at flopito.threadless.com. I'm out of here. I have a voice over table read, it seems like, with a friend of mine, a mutual friend of Jack Farmer's and I. Can't wait for that. See you guys on Monday night for Wassup Flobo After Hours. I got TK after she dropped some kind words about Jack. I mean, that's sarcastically. Jack is here. We'll be there to respond. It's going to be great. Until next time, be yourself. Be yourself. Do your best. Be yourself, as Jack Farmer says, and call your mom because she misses you. I'm out.